Alright, it is time for this office tour. Let's do it.
Anywhere you go, give it on. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
So the first thing I think I gotta talk about is, of course, the computer setup. But before I actually dive into the individual parts, I wanted to talk about the desk as a whole. As you can see it right here. And you probably noticed that it's a lot less cluttered than what I had before while I was working with it. And you know what? I gotta say, I really like it. I honestly do feel like my productivity has increased. I think the one thing you will notice the most is that if you're just sitting here and you're looking right at the screens and what I have in front of me, a lot less wires. Like, yeah, you got a little bit going on in there, but overall, can't see what's behind my computer, where all the wires attach. Got nothing dangling off of my mouse or my keyboard, and the microphone out of the way, off on the side. So, it really does feel good. There are sayings that a less cluttered desk increases productivity, and I gotta admit, I think it's true. I think all those case studies that exist out there, it's real, at least for me. Alright, so with that in mind, let's dive into this. Starting off with the computer itself. Inside of there is a 2080 Super and a Ryzen 7 5800X. Now, of course, I developed an RPG maker, so I don't need that sort of stuff to do what I gotta do. But I am creating my own art, so graphic design, creating my own music. Haven't exactly started it, or I started it a little bit, but I'm gonna dive more into it. It's very, very soon. And of course, I'm making little effects here and there, all for Caster's Trap, my game. And, of course, making this video and any other video that exists here on the channel. So I do need something a little bit more powerful to do all these sort of different things. And oh yeah, and of course, how can I forget? Love me some VR. Now, how I acquired a 2080 Super, I was actually running a 1080 Super for the longest time until either earlier this year, my brother gave me the 2080. He eventually upgraded to a 3070 or a 3080, and this was considered a birthday gift. And it is a handy down, but you know what? In this apocalypse that is the graphics card or just computer parts in general, I take it as like a full gift. It is a rather large upgrade anyway, going from a 1080. So yeah, processor. Before I was running an Intel i5 7600K, but now I joined the Ryzen gang and it's a lot better. The Intel that was working with the 2080 Super before, it was, I think the term is bootstrapping, so it was causing my system to lag and jitter, and it was just absolutely atrocious. But now I got the components and it's a lot smoother. Now, any other components that you guys may be curious, I'll leave it down in the descriptions. I just don't want those parts to take up all the time for this video. But I will talk about my case, because the case is, of course, a personal flavor of the person who buys it. Thermaltake H200. Clearly you can see that little RGB strip going off in the front. And you know what? I absolutely love it. It's very simple. And then you have a little bit of an accent, if you can say, of an RGB strip just off the front. And that is all. I think it's simple, it's clean, and it works well with the aesthetics that I'm going for. So that's my reasoning behind that. Now for the fan colors, green and blue. Green, of course, my favorite color. Blue happens to be my second favorite. And as a person who very, very recently learned about complementary colors and color theory, red is the complementary color for green. But, of course, what is very, very commonly known to be red and green, or green and red? Christmas time! So I ran that for like a day, and very immediately I was like, nope, can't do it. All things considered, I swapped to the system in like May or so, maybe even March. So I wasn't ready for Christmas time. But hey, maybe in December. That's all the colors will be. Just straight up green and red. I'm ready for it. Okay, so off the top of the computer, some people will hate for me, some people will click away, but yes, I am running Wi-Fi. And I know, why don't I switch to Ethernet? Well, the thing is, back where I was before, I could not get an Ethernet cable to run into my computer because everyone took up all the slots, and I couldn't be bothered with making things work out. So I just, very plain and simple, bought an OP Wi-Fi dongle, and you know what, it's this one's a beast. Like, here are the numbers. Yes, it's nowhere near as great as Ethernet, but all things considered, I'm not streaming currently, so I don't need it. And even considering what you need for streaming, this is already 10 times faster than what you need for at least 1980 or 1920, sorry, 1080. I don't know why I said 1920. So yeah, it's good. It's good. Moving on to the monitors. Over here, LG 27-inch Ultra Gear, QHD Nano IPS 1 millisecond NVIDIA G-Sync compatible gaming monitor. Yes, that is absolutely right. I had all of that stored in the back of my head, just ready to whip it out here on this video. Definitely did not go onto my Amazon history and see what it's all called. On the right side, just gotta click out of something, not necessary Amazon. But on this side, I have the BenQ. I believe that one is 30-inch or 29-inch. It's the size up, so it can go 4K, with this, of course, being 2K. That said, this one's a beast. This one's mediocre. This one's my secondary monitor. The LG monitor, for those of you who game, you'll probably already know this monitor. Some of you guys may even have it. But it is a mid-tier monitor that is very, very excellent for both competitive gaming, casual gaming, and even people who do some sort of graphic design or coloring. And this monitor, is the absolute best. Like, the HDR effect on this LG monitor is so good. It has such a wide range in its color depth. Like, seeing this compared to what I see on my phone, which also has this HDR effect, it's a huge difference. Love this thing to death. The BenQ, on the other hand, is just slapped on here to be a side monitor. Matter of fact, the BenQ was a hand-me-down from my brother, because very coincidentally, he was upgrading his monitors the same time I was upgrading my monitors. So before, I was running two 24-inch monitors, 1080p, and the hilarious thing about that is that one of those monitors didn't even have display ports yet. Like, it only had HDMI, so that just goes to show how old that monitor was, or how cheap it was. So of course I needed to upgrade that. And I got this from my brother, and he went with the ultra wides, but I'm just sticking it to the 27 inches that are flat. But you know what? Love this monitor so dang much. Now, I will admit, after living off of 24 inches for the longest time, I am not used to this this size yet. And for those of you who watched my vlogs when I was making Caster Strap, you know that I bought these, which are just blue blocks, to help with the eye strain. Now, I don't know if it actually works scientifically, but you know what? It works for me, and whether it's placebo or not, I'm happy. And why try to change my mind on that? So I'm happy with it. So that's it for the two monitors. going on into my peripherals, I guess I'll start with the webcam since it's up there. Yes, believe it or not, that's what you guys see me through. Oh my god, is that the Logitech 920? It is! How old is that thing? Ancient by now. It's gotta be like 10 years old, right? But you know what? It's decent. A lot of times when I'm filming from my monitor, you're just getting a tiny square for face cam. So you don't need anything too HD, right? Especially when you're going that small. You honestly don't, unless you're looking for that, what they call bokeh, which is the blurry background that you see in a lot of those other face cams. But you know what? I might actually upgrade it. Don't know if I'll buy an expensive camera. I might just upgrade the webcam to a better webcam. But I think it might be time to finally upgrade it. Moving to my microphone. It is none other than the Audio-Technica, the AT2020. And this is probably one of the top 5 well-recognized microphone for those who are just entering the world of being a streamer or a YouTuber or anything that got to do with commentating, because this is very budget friendly. It's like $100. It's your first microphone that you go for. Either this or a Blue Yeti, or in some other microphones that I can't name off the top of my head. But those $100-ish price range mics that you go for right after you're done using your phone or done using your webcam's audio. You know what? I don't mind it. It's not the greatest, but it gets the job done, and it does it well. And look at me right now, using the audio off of my phone anyway. On a cheap $20 or so mic stand, and the cord XLR goes straight into the audio interface. Don't ask me too much about that stuff. I don't really know too much. All I know is that this thing costed me like 20 bucks and now it's like 40 bucks. So I totally won on that. Granted, it's at least 5 years old. So there is that. Moving on to my keyboard and mouse. These two are probably also well recognized by at least some of you. Logitech G Wireless Pro gaming mouse. So it's pretty budget friendly, under $100. I think I actually got it on sale for like 60 bucks, so kind of a win. And the Keychron K8, popular 10 keyless keyboard or 80% keyboard. Pretty popular last year or 2 years ago. I decided to buy it now because I wanted to give the 10% or the 10 keyless a try, and this one was on sale too. So that's why I got this one. Also, I did my research and there was a lot of recommendation for this one. So I was like, you know what? Let's give it a shot. There's no keypad. That's why it's called 10 keyless, because you don't have your 10 keys. I like it. I really do like this small form factor. And again, the whole wireless, the very clean look. But you know what? I did use the keypad a lot in high school and in college. So I do find myself reaching over, pressing invisible buttons that aren't there. Alright. Off with the keyboard and off with the mouse. Of course, you guys gotta have a nice big desk pad. If you don't have a nice big desk pad, then go get yourself one. Trust me, it's a huge favor to yourself. Just a clean look, and you get a lot of range with your mouse, even if you don't think you do. You really do. Those who recognize who this is, dogs. Fist bump, high five, whatever you want to do. Means we play the same game. And for those who do play it, Genshin Impact. Not my favorite character, but definitely within my top 5. And I do love bubble tea. So this was like perfect for me. The only thing I don't like is how pink it is. I'm not really a pink person, but bubble tea, Hu Tao's Ghost, gotta get it. Oh, I forgot to mention, the wireless gaming mouse came with a Bluetooth dongle. Keychron K8 does not, which is why this exists over here. And Yeah, it's a little bit ugly, but it's a Bluetooth dongle, and the reason why it's not directly on my PC is because there's some sort of interference going on and that causes the Bluetooth to not really reach or connect to the signal. It was also like a $10 dongle, so maybe that could be it as well. But you know what? It doesn't bother me that much because that's also the charger that came from with my mouse. So when I need to charge my mouse, I just unhook the dongle, plug that in, and then charge my keyboard off to the side somewhere. So in a way, it kind of works out. All right, kind of works out. The only reason I have a Bluetooth dongle is because my motherboard does not have Bluetooth. I didn't realize that when I got it. I also didn't really consider the need for Bluetooth because I wasn't really thinking about buying anything that was Bluetooth dependent, but just how things turned out, I guess. A couple more things on my desk. We got the Wacom Intuos. If you guys want to learn more about that, boom. I already made a video about it. The speakers are just $20 Logitech speakers. I think I bought them when I was going to college or a senior in high school. I remember I rode my bike to Walmart, bought that thing for 20 bucks, rode it back. Actually, I couldn't even ride it back because I got a flat tire and I had to walk it. But you know what? These lasted me. I'm fine with them. I don't need that sort of quality. Which also, in case you guys were wondering, just a Razer headphone. My brother actually got for me one Christmas, I think like 2015 or 2016, something like that. And it's decent. It also runs with the green theme that I go with. So, pretty neat. This thing I just bought off of Amazon. Nothing special about that. You can find any other version you can get, but this one was green, so I got it. And one thing that does not make sense on my desk is this here. Dog. It's a pug riding like a claw or a bulldozer or whatever. Mini story with this. The pug my girlfriend bought for me, I think it was a Christmas or birthday gift. One year. It was one of those gotcha boxes that you see on like Newberry's comic or whatever. And I wanted this one from what I've seen in the back. And I got that one because it looks so dirty and I love it. The crane or the claw or the bulldozer, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna just call it the claw. The claw, the first Christmas vlog I made on this channel, me and two other friends, we had this idea to buy each other gifts that had a limit of $5 just to see what we can do. One of my friends worked at a Michael's at a time, which is an arts and crafts store. And he just saw this hanging off the end stands. So he just took two and gave it to us as a gift. He didn't really care too much about it. He was just doing it because he was talked into doing it. My other friend ended up making a homemade hot cocoa, which was really dope. And then what I did was I went around buying a bunch of small things, like $2 stuff, $1 stuff, and eventually added up to $1. Like I got Kando, I got a what do you call those? A wine glass. And then because it was like less than $1, and I just put the candle inside of the wine glass as the candle holder. Kind of hilarious in a way. And then I also got them like candy that were on sale on clearance because our event took place after Christmas. I think it even went into January. So I was able to get a lot of stuff on clearance. So either I was the winner or my friend who made the homemade hot cocoa was the winner. My friend who just got that, well, that was the easy way out. But not gonna lie, it's dope. It's still hanging around and it works perfectly with that pug. Okay, last thing on my desk is the Nectar Impact LX25 Plus. It's my music making machine, and as my music making machine, I don't know what all those different buttons do. I should, but I'm not that musically talented, and I'm only learning music just now to create Caster Strap. Now, you guys may probably say that I should have gotten something a lot more simpler and a lot more cheaper, but it was a gift from my girlfriend for Christmas one year, and I gotta put it to good use, you know? You gotta. Just gotta. Finally step away from the desk and let's check out what's underneath it. Cause dogs. Boom! Foot hammock. It is just the greatest! If you do not have a foot hammock for your desk, then what are you doing? How are you living? Unless you got like a foot thing for your chair, you need a foot hammock. It is just the best. It is heaven. Get yourself one. Trust me, well worth it. Maybe ugly, but well worth it. Desk itself, in case anyone was curious, I actually got that from IKEA. But here's the thing, I got the desk, the top part, on clearance. It was like $120 and I got it for $30. Biggest win in the world. Felt so good, so good. But I did have to buy the legs separately, but they were only $4 each. So 4 times 5, 20, overall $50 for the desk. Big win. Okay, moving on from everything here, we of course have my nano leaves that my friend bought me for Christmas. If you saw the developer vlog, got some foam for making things less echoey. Just a very standard tripod, just chilling there. Alright, jumping in really quickly because somehow your boy forgot to talk about the chair. Super Labs! Yes, the thing you see on advertisement like everywhere, especially if you're a pro gamer, because that's who it caters towards. Pro gamers, I'm not one, but I did really like the design, and the design is what sold me. It is an Akali edition chair, League of Legends, for those of you who do play. Me personally, I don't play League of Legends, not anymore. I used to play a lot in college, and conveniently, Akali was one of my favorite characters. And I do say conveniently because it does rock the green theme of this room, the whole black and green aesthetics. And you know, overall, this chair is alright. It was like 300 or 400, I forgot the price. But for how much it's worth, I guess it's decent. It's a lot cheaper than the $1,000 plus Herman Miller chairs, and I really do enjoy the design, so I'm fine with it. Now, comfort-wise, could do a lot more better, in my opinion. I think the cloth would be a lot more comfy. This is it's kind of hard. It's very firm. So, if you're not really into firm chairs, then don't go for this. Go for, save up the money for a Herman Miller or a different type of ergonomic chair. Just make sure you look at the warranty, because the warranty is usually what gives you an idea of how long the manufacturer thinks that their chair is going to last. I think the Secret Lab chair is 3 years or 5 years for its warranty, so this thing is supposed to last a couple of years, and hopefully it does. Otherwise, I got the warranty to back me up. Now, other than that, it does lean back. It leans back, baby. It leans back. Ready? 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 Whoa! Not as much as my previous chair before. My pillow was tugging on my hair, which is why I jumped back real fast. But yeah, it's still pretty good. Not that I need to go fully 180. It goes more like 145 or something like that. And if I want a full relaxation, you can't see it and I won't show it because I ain't showing my toes. But I'm on that hammock, baby. Talking about faux comfort. Should I need it? It's great. It's great. Alright, that said, I'm gonna go ahead and let TheOdie from the past finish up this video. Mirror, got this thing from Target. Not that I like the design or anything in particular, but more so it was also on clearance from like $80 or somewhere around 100 to less than 30. Big, dopey win. And you know what? With all the things that I got in here that's black, having something that's a different color actually does make the room pop up a little, pop a little more. So I do respect you, Mirror. Do respect you. Have it here because here's what I do. Someone comes into the room. Hey. Instead of, hey. Oh, I didn't crack my neck doing that. See? See? This is more ergonomic. But other than that, if I'm about to record something, you just good to go. Alright, up top, right here, just a very, very basic picture. Just kidding. My girlfriend bought it for me for our anniversary 1 year, and me being a huge Dragon Ball fan, which you guys are about to see very, very soon. She found an Etsy artist who drew people in Dragon Ball style. But you know what? I do like it. Favorite character is Gohan, and that's why I got that one. And yes, that is a black pug in Child Gohan's outfit. Okay, I think we're finally ready to talk about the figurines. So if you're done learning about all my productivity as a developer, then this is it. You can leave. You're done. Get out of here. The like button. But let's talk about my figurines and what gives this room personality. Starting from the top, on top of the IKEA Detolf. Yes, the Detolf case that every other person have because it is very cheap and very, very nice looking. But on top, we got a Zelda chess set. By no means am I good at chess whatsoever. I always lose to the PC in like 10 turns or under. And even if I do last, I always end up losing in the end. I can never beat it. I just suck at chess. But you know what I do love about this is the fact that I did used to play chess a lot as a kid because I didn't really have that many video games. And my uncles, they played a lot of chess as well. Like not chess club level, but more like they didn't really have video games or stuff like that, so they played a lot of chess. And yeah, so I have a lot of history with playing chess as a kid, even though I'm not great at it. I just kind of overall sucked. But it is Zelda theme, and out of all Zelda games, if you look very, very closely, it is Ocarina of Time, which is very, very perfect for me because that's the Zelda game I grew up on. If any of you guys seen my past Zelda video, I think it was called 30 Ways to Die and Link's Awakening, or somewhere, one of those videos, I mentioned that I'm a huge Zelda fan, and it is true, I really am. And Ocarina of Time was the one I grew up on, and I'm very, very glad to have something to represent that. And that's that. Now going on to the case, starting from the top shelf, and we're gonna make our way down. We got Gohans and Gokus. Gohan! Oh, by the way, all of these figurines, you guys are about to see that I spend way too much money in arcades. Because these are usually either gifts or I won them in an arcade. Specifically, Round 1, which is a Japanese influence arcade that found its way over to the West Coast, or the west side of the world, which is here in America, of course. But yeah, boom, Gohans and Gokus. We got Ultra Instinct Goku, Master Ultra Instinct Goku, Kid Goku, Super Saiyan 2 Teen Gohan, or I was gonna say Child Gohan, but the fan base calls him Teen Gohan. But technically, the Majin Buu saga is Teen Gohan. But anyways, we got Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, Super Saiyan Gohan. I got some explaining to do. Round 1. Oh, actually, no, surprisingly. But all the Gokus you see here, Round 1. This Gohan right back here. That one was a Christmas/birthday gift from my brother. He also goes Super Saiyan 2, but I have Super Saiyan 2 right here. So I decided to keep him in Super Saiyan form. And when we get to the bottom, you're gonna see the Super Saiyan 2 head. I had nowhere to put it. That Gohan, and this Gohan comes with a story. So, COVID 2019. I love the arcades. I wanna play something. I wanna win. Did you know that arcades exist on mobile? Terrible idea. Don't do it. Trust me. Do not download any. Horrendous idea. But I did. And I won that Gohan. Oh God. So TheOdie, what'd you do with your money that the government sent you? Your stimulus check. I gave it to Japan. But yeah, I won that Gohan, and it took about a year to ship out and get to me because borders were closed because of COVID. But yeah, man. The box came in really good condition though, and it came overseas. So a lot of respect for that mobile app. But damn, was it still a ripoff? Don't do it. Moving on to the next section, we got Super Saiyan Blue Goku, Super Saiyan God Goku. I know it's not Super Saiyan Red for those who aren't fans. Confusion? Yes. So here's a legitimate name. Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku. In the middle, in the back, we got the legendary Super Saiyan Broly, Super Saiyan God Vegeta, and Super Saiyan Gogeta. For those who aren't fans, are you confused yet? Probably not, because of just how big this franchise is, huh? Those three in the back, round one. There's Gogeta. That one was a mobile arcade one. Different one from the Gohan. Also took a year to arrive. Not proud of it, but at least I gotta remember about it. It works so well for this section of the case too, because they're all from the same movie. Super Saiyan Blues, or Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Goku. That was a gift from one of my friends. Alright, so moving on to the next section, we got the Godzilla section, because I know you've seen it in the background. But I'm a Godzilla fan, and I'll get to that portrait at the very end. Up in front, the orange Godzilla, that one I won in round one. Very recently, by the way, post-vaccination for COVID. Got it this year, a couple months ago actually. We went camping, and the camping video I vlogged about, so you guys can check it out in that corner over there. And then right after I went to round one, which I did not record. Over here in the back, we got a Funko Pop Godzilla, which my girlfriend bought me for an anniversary. And then this guy, big Godzilla. Ooh, there's a story with this big Godzilla. It's a good story too. So back, all right. Final Wars Godzilla, in case some of you guys are actually Godzilla fan. And Final Wars came out in 2004, so you can imagine that this Godzilla toy also came out around then. So 2004, I was 11 years old. But here's the deal when you're like 11 or 12 or 13. This thing, I remember, costed like 20 bucks, which compared to today, toys are a lot smaller, like 40 bucks. If you've seen those Minecraft toys, it's a nightmare. But that's me digressing and complaining about something else. We're talking about this. 20 bucks was a lot as a kid back then. And you know what else was 20 bucks? Pre-owned video games. At the time, my uncles gave me their N64, and at that time, I think the GameCube was the biggest thing for Nintendo. But I was always going over to GameStop, going to that pre-owned section, looking at Nintendo games. That's where I got my Ocarina of Time, by the way, for $20. So you can imagine how difficult it is to buy a toy when you could spend that $20 on a video game. So for the longest time, I went into what was known as KB Toys, if any of you guys live in the US and remember that thing. Longest time I saw this thing, and I really wanted it every single time. And then, oh my god, KB Toys is going out of business? A couple of times actually, it had that happen. And, on the last and final time it happened, the entire store of KB Toys had a clearance, as stores going out of business do. And this thing dropped from 20 bucks to like $10, or maybe even less than that. So it was my opportunity. If I was gonna get this Godzilla, I'm getting this Godzilla. So I got the Godzilla. And now every single time I look at this Godzilla, I just remember the sort of joy that KB Toys brought me, and how I would always go over to that store because it was right next to a grocery supermarket, Market Basket, for those who have that around them. So my mom would always go to Market Basket, and I would always go into KB Toys, looking at all the different toys, the different board games, all the different card games. And this Godzilla will remind me of all of that. Close to me, that Godzilla, close to me. Alright, let's move on before this video gets 2 hours long. On the bottom shelf, we got Shenron and Dragon Balls, and look at that Gohan's head, just creepily over there. So Shenron was a gift from the same friend who gave me the Super Saiyan Blue Goku. And the Dragon Balls, my friend got married 2019. I was a groomsman, and as a groomsman, the man to be wed will get their groomsman's gift. And he got me Dragon Balls, which are very shiny and pretty nice. So, thanks. Alright, now we're done with everything in the detail case. It's time to move on to the other figurines on the windowsill. Boom. And down below, let's start with this one. The Dragon Bays. So all characters from Dragon Ball, starting with Videl, Android 18, Bulma, who keeps chilling and leaning back, and Chi-Chi. So these I actually bought myself. They all cost less than $10 each. That was one reason. The other reason was that I needed some female representation with the franchise that I love so much, Dragon Ball, and I went for them. That's about it. That's the whole reason for it. And I think it works well on that windowsill there. Moving on to the next one, we got Evangelion. Good thing I'm a bad singer. That's why I can't get copy strike ever. So Evangelion, I really do enjoy this anime. I think it's really, really cool. And I know it's not really for everyone. It's either you like it and you get it, or you don't like it and you think it's dumb. There's really two different sides to it. There's not oftentimes a person in the middle, unless you only cared about the cool actions it had. And of course, the opening theme song. But yeah, I do like the series. I think it's really cool. Asuka figurine that you see here. She is who I won at a round 1 post-vaccination. So also at the same time as that orange Godzilla you saw back there. Moving to these guys are kind of random in their sort of way. We got, of course, Odie. Gotta get Odie. Big childhood thing for me. PewDiePie figurine. I am number 6814. I know, so close to funny number. Oh. My girlfriend got it for me. I wouldn't say I'm a huge fan, but I would say that I am a pretty big fan of PewDiePie. I do watch all his videos, some of which I don't really pay attention to and leave it on in the background, but overall I do watch all of his videos. Been a fan for a long time, since maybe 2014. Kind of funny how I found his channel actually. It was me starting out YouTube and I was like, how does this PewDiePie guy do it? Why is he so popular? So then I finally watched one of his videos and he made me laugh. Mind you, I was sitting at a library just waiting for class in college. And then I was trying so hard to not crack up in the library and cause a commotion. Probably didn't work out so well. Off in the corner, I got Android 18. And fun things I have over here. We do have the Zelda pins that came from Link's Awakening. Nothing really fancy about them besides being a collector's pin that you get when you buy the game. I think at a Target. I don't think it was anywhere else. But I thought they looked really, really good for all things considered. Even that cardboard that it's attached to. It's nice art. So I kept it, and I kept it sealed up and now it's decoration to help represent my fandom for Zelda. Alright, this one, absolutely hilarious. Dogs, it's Pickle Rick! That was a literal pickle, but also has Piccolo. Oh, it's so good. My girlfriend bought it for me. I think it was an anniversary gift. And you know what? That's probably the best thing that could possibly happen. This fidget spinner that you see here, same friend who got me the Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan, aka Super Saiyan Blue Goku. And the Shenron down below. And you know what? He also bought me that Android 18, but he bought me that Android 18 with 2 other friends at the time. But the Zelda was a Christmas gift / birthday gift, and it's really cool. You can't really see it with my camera, so here's the footage. Hopefully I saved it and can show you it. Alright, let's move on under. Woo! Down below, we got Kakashi, Luffy, Saber, dressed as a racer, Hermione, and Goku Black. Alright, so Kakashi, round 1, Luffy, round 1, Saber, that's a story, Hermione, round 1, Goku Black, that's a story. Those 2 stories being mobile apps. Arcade mobile apps. Seriously, don't do it. Ugh. So in order for one of them to ship, I had to have 3 items. So I won her, I won the Goku Black, and I won the stuffed animal. And no matter what you did, you couldn't even pay extra to have it shipped. Because the gimmick behind that mobile app was that your first prize was very easy to win, your second prize was easy to win, but your third prize is near impossible. You have to get really, really lucky in order for it to happen. And I got really, really lucky when it happened. That said, don't do it. Don't do it. Trust me, don't do it. You can also tell if you look really closely to the Goku Black and he's in crappy condition. And he also came in crappy condition. Like, it was just horrendous with what happened to him. And I was like, what? He didn't even come in his box. Saber did, but he didn't. And Saber's box was all messed up. It was all squished and just, it was terrible. But her figurine, as you can clearly see, looks really good. I'm not a huge Fate fan, as some others are. I don't play the mobile game or anything like that. But I thought I did watch 2 of its animes, Unlimited Blade Works and Fate Zero, and I thought they were really, really well done. And I especially loved the idea behind heroes being those servants who fought for you in those those games. So I thought it was really cool. And for those who are wondering what I mean by heroes, she is technically King Arthur, which I know, gender bent, but trust me, the anime is very awesome. I think you'll like it if you like those kill each other to win the ultimate prize sort of games or animes. Alright, so last thing to talk about in this room is Alexa. Shut up. We're actually homies. Just kidding, it's Godzilla. But I do gotta admit, the one thing I do love about the Alexa, shut up, is a 3D mount. Like, dog, this is really cool. Very, very clever. I call it a 3D mount because it was 3D printed, but it's a plug mount thingy. It's cool. Quick, keeps the wires away. Has a spot. It's awesome. Alright, so the giant wall art in the back of my room. What is this? What is it about? That, my friend, is Shin Godzilla. And for those who do not know Shin Godzilla, this is a movie that came out in 2014 or 2015, also known as Godzilla Resurgence. So Godzilla 2014 by Legendary Pictures comes out. Japan, they released Shin Godzilla same year or year after, won Best Pictures in Japan, and I gotta admit, whew, this was one hell of a good movie. All for this one scene. Can you imagine one scene that really, really makes a movie and calls it great because of one scene? It was done so exceptionally well. And by the way, the same person who created or directed Evangelion directed Shin Godzilla. So that's something to think about if you're an Evangelion fan. That one scene was just so masterfully done. And yes, this does represent it. It is when he fires his atomic breath for the first time. It was just so good. And honestly, I could go on and on just talking about the movie. I could dedicate a whole video just talking about the movie. But I won't. It's very niche and makes no sense for my channel. So I'll just keep the moment living inside of me. And I'll just connect with those who've also seen the movie and loved it. Now, I will admit that when I did first turn it on and start watching, I did find it very confusing and very boring. And the reason for it is because, believe it or not, cultural differences or cultural barriers. So this movie, in the beginning, was actually a play on mocking the Japanese government. And of course, me living here in America, not knowing what goes on in Japan in terms of its politics or anything like that, it's not gonna make sense to me. So it kind of went over my head, and I didn't realize that until after I saw the movie and watched reviews and all that sort of stuff. So once I heard those reviews, it all made sense that it was just mocking the Japanese government and just a parody of it altogether, on how all they do is go into these boardrooms, consult, and then nothing comes out of it. They always ended up wasting time, as the public, I suppose, sees them as doing. But anyways, oh my god, the whole movie built up to that atomic fire breath. And if you guys enjoy the legendary Godzilla films but do not want to bother watching this film, then look up Shin Godzilla Atomic Breath. There's an 8K version of it. Someone actually made it an 8K version, and the music, it was just a beautiful mixture, and it really brings out the true fear of monsters, not titans fighting each other, but a monster versus mankind. And it was fabulous. Alright, so that's my room. I talked about it. I spent an hour in this video. It's 53 minutes, which means it's probably 50 minutes for you guys. It doesn't actually cut that short, believe it or not. I think the one last thing I want to talk about is this thing. This is a Woojer. I think people have seen it and probably questioned about it. My friends, big question about it. First time they saw it. It's haptic feedback. So it's sounds that you can feel. Basically, if you go to a concert, you feel those sort of vibrations going on. Similar idea. And it's really cool. You know, I don't really use it for like listening to music on my phone or anything like that. I bought it for the main purpose of VR. Sadly, it doesn't really do so well with Phasmophobia, because this thing usually picks up on bass beyond anything else. As well, normal music, or usually when you're at a concert, you usually feel the bass in music. So, no bass in Phasmophobia, unfortunately. That's it. This is the room of TheOdie, the office, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button. Let me know your thoughts. Anything you can relate on. I know not everyone's a Dragon Ball fan on the channel, or a Godzilla fan, or an Evangelion fan, but maybe there is something that caught your interest. Maybe it's just how I have my desk set up in the workstation already, or maybe it is the stuff I got in the background. Let me know, and you know what? Have an awesome day. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Later!